Well, back in 2017, I had cancer. Now, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and I had surgery back then, and it was a hard time. It was a really difficult time. Now, the type of cancer that I had, you have to watch. It can come back. So for the next 15 years, every 6 to 12 months, I have to do blood tests and I do scans to make sure that all my levels stay where they should be, and the scan shows if there's any growth or anything around the thyroid area. So here we are. I'd just been back for my blood tests and scans for my thyroid checkups. All of those results are good. So my thyroid levels are where they need to be, and there's no growth. There's nothing to suggest that that cancer is back. So that's really good. Now, here's the tricky part. When you start looking for medical things, the more you look, the more you find. So back in 2017, when we were dealing with the cancer in my thyroid, they also found other lumps in me. So we also watched those. Now, the one that we were watching the most is still unchanged. It's still stable. And so we don't need to do anything more but just keep a check on that over the coming years. So that's good. But one of them has changed. So, which is scary, and it's a concern. So today's job is to go and get a further test done on that. So instead of an actual CT scan today, we're actually going to do an ultrasound on it to see if they can figure out what's going on there and what it is. Now look, I'm not going to lie about this. This is scary stuff to me. I've faced cancer before. I know how life changing that is when a doctor says that to you. So this is very terrifying to me. I am very scared to go and get this test done, but I'm going to be brave. I'm going to go and get the test done, and then the waiting starts, and I have to make a doctor's appointment so I can go back and get those results. So for right now, I'm going to go and get this ultrasound done on this lump, and hopefully they will be able to find out what it is and whether it's something that I need to look into further, and we'll go from there. That's all I can do today, is just go and get it tested. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to go, because if I stand here, you know, it's easy to get so scared that, you know, you cry, and I just need to go and get this done now, and then I'll talk to you guys about it a bit later on. But for right now, I'm just going to head on down. Okay, wish me luck. I've been here for nearly 2.5 hours, so let's hope that's just because they're being really thorough and not because they've spotted something. So I'm going to go and have a quick bite to eat and then pick kids up from the school. So we will see. Praying hard. Okay, just about to go in and get a pedicure done. I'm basically going in to get a pedicure done to keep my mind occupied this morning. The other day I had my ultrasound done for some follow-up tests from my cancer checkups. So what's happened there? I went in for my ultrasound. I actually got given 2 ultrasounds. From there, the radiologist actually phoned my doctor and asked if they could do further tests. So I was then sorted out to go and have a CT scan done with a dye contrast. So I had that done. That's scary. You see that big machine in that room and it is terrifying sitting there waiting to have that done. And they put the dye in. The dye makes you feel like rubbish, absolute rubbish. I know some people don't have any problems with it, but goodness me, that feeling of warmth that goes right through your body as they inject the dye into you, I do not like it one little bit. I don't like that feeling. So after that, my wrist swelled up quite a bit from having the dye put in it. So I was sitting there for about 15 minutes or so to make sure that that was okay and I didn't have any other reactions to the dye. And this elderly gentleman was after me and they had him into the room. I could see they had him lying down on the machine ready to have his CT scan done. And then my radiologist came racing back out and said, no, we need more. We need extra scans done on me. So the gentleman was asked to get back up off the machine. They cleaned the machine down and took me back in for a second round of CT scans. So I walked out of there feeling very nervous and tired. And worried about the whole thing. But I figured, well, there's nothing I can do about it at this point. I have to wait until I can hear the results. And I knew that I had booked a telehealth appointment with my doctor, so all was good. I figured, yes, I can get through till then. Late at night, while I was sitting at dinner, my mobile went and it was my doctor's office. I was told to be there Monday morning to get my results. Now, doctors don't phone if there's nothing wrong, if they haven't found anything, they just leave it be and you can phone and check if you want with your doctor, but they don't normally call you and they certainly don't call you late at night. So that put me into a spin. I have to say, I'm not sure I handled it as gracefully as I probably could have. I did get upset. I am very worried. I've had moments where I've been really nervous and moments where I've felt brave and strong and ready to take on whatever. And whatever God sets in my path, I'm going to do. Whether I like it or not, I'm going to follow His plan for me. I just pray that, it's nothing too bad and something we can get through. So, to keep my mind occupied this morning, I'll pick a nice bright colour and get my toenails painted. And we'll go from there. This could be a really good day. It may not be either. This could be a life-changing day as well. So, either way, still praising God. Either way, God is good and He will be my strength. So I'm going to go keep my mind occupied and get some pretty toes. See ya. Okay, well, I saw the specialist yesterday and that's the first time that I have ever seen that doctor or met that doctor. Super nice guy, so that always makes me feel much better when you have a good rapport with the doctor. So that part of it went well. And he showed me some of the pictures of the scans that I had. And okay, so what's going on is that the cyst itself hasn't changed in my kidney. This is something new and separate. So the cyst is still there in my kidney and definitely benign, but this is a different lump. This is a tumour that's sitting on the bottom back of my right kidney. So from that, he's actually going to conference with another doctor about it, another specialist, and decide the best course of action. Now, he said there's a small chance that it could still be benign, so hang on to that chance. That's good. But my gut kind of tells me that maybe this is not a good thing, but we shall see. Always hope. We have to decide whether a biopsy is prudent. So sticking needles into things that may be cancer is not always the best thing to do. We don't want cancer to spread anywhere by poking needles in it and opening it up to the rest of your body. So they have to decide whether the risk of that is worth doing one. They will decide that first, and then from there they have to decide, are we removing or trying to remove just the tumour, or are we just going to take the kidney out? They're not keen on just taking organs out of your body. I mean, I've done this before with my thyroid, and now I am faced with, you know, sort of long-term problems, just trying to make sure that that stays under control. So taking a kidney out, yes, you can live with one kidney, very healthy, but you know, if you run into problems, then you've only got the one to rely on. So we will see. If I can get the kidney out, I can do that here in town. If I need to try and remove just the tumour, I will actually need to go to the state capital of Brisbane and get it done there, so I can get specialist surgery done there. So we have to sort of take all of that into consideration too. Mum of a lot of kids here, so, you know, trying to balance all of this. So I walked away from the appointment feeling, yeah, not too bad. I'm glad to have some information. I think knowledge is power. It's good to know what's going on. It's good to know that, you know, we're working on a plan here to figure out what this is. I mean, they probably won't know whether this is cancerous or not until we get it out. So, and then we've got to make sure that, you know, if it is, that we got it all and that it's all taken care of. Well, I'll keep you updated when I get the phone call from the doctor. We will decide what we are doing and put those plans into place, and then we'll just get on with doing what we have to do. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. I have spoken with a specialist, and he was talking to the guy in Brisbane about what they might like to do. Now, I've heard back from them, and first of all, they're not going to do a biopsy. They agreed that it's not, for the information that they could get from the biopsy, is not worth putting a needle into something that is possibly nasty, so they're not going to do the biopsy now. So I'm basically just gathering as much information as I can to make that decision and make a wise decision. So I've spoken with my GP and got his opinion. I've spoken with my sister-in-law, who is a very well-trained and skilled nurse, for her opinion, and I've actually just pulled up now to go to my naturopath, and I will get some information from there as well. So I think it's important to get lots of knowledge on this and then just try and make the best decision for me. hubby is driving me down to the Big Smoke. We're heading down to Brisbane, and I'm off to see a specialist doctor down in Brisbane about this kidney tumour. So the appointment is about answering all of our questions, getting all the information that we need, and organising when I can have this surgery done. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I am probably a little bit numb today. This is all just about getting that information, and we can go from there. I'm interested to go and meet the doctor and see what he has to say about it. I've been told he's a very nice man, so that's a good start, and we will figure out when this is all going to happen. Okay, we are home from Brisbane. We've been down there today to meet with the specialist. I think the appointment went really well. It was interesting. I found that the doctor was really super nice, and I feel really confident to be in his care. He explained everything well to both hubby and myself, and he didn't sugarcoat anything. I really appreciate that honest approach where you just tell the facts and we can make our decisions from there. So I really appreciated that, and just a really easy guy to get along with, happy to answer any of my questions. And trust me, I took down 2 pages worth of questions for him to answer, so I appreciated that as well. So we have decided that we will move ahead with the surgery. Like I have a choice, really, seriously. Like I have to go ahead with this. I'm preparing myself, I guess, trying to sort of emotionally prepare myself that it is cancer again. You know, I've been through this once, and it is scary and stressful, and I'm very nervous about it all. But again, I feel very confident that I'm in good hands. Happy with our doctor choice. So my surgery now is booked. The recovery is going to be very long and very painful. You know, he was very clear about that. How do I feel about this? I'm pleased that we found it. I'm pleased that we've got a plan in place here that we can go about trying to remove it. So I need to have a few things here at home organised beforehand. So it's it will be less stressful than when I come home to complete the recovery process here at home. And in the meantime, I'm just trying to focus on getting things organised here, preparing the kids. It's so hard to sit with your kids and talk to them about this kind of thing. Katie, our 6-year-old, came up to me this afternoon. She knew we were going to see the doctor today, and her first words were, "Are you okay, Mummy? Do you not hurt anymore?" And I said, "No, honey, so Mummy will have to go in and have a surgery done." And it's just really hard. It's really hard to expect them to understand the enormity of what we're facing. And, you know,
I'm the first person to tell other people to be brave and to rely on your faith and your strength in Jesus, which is what I am doing. That doesn't mean that you still won't be scared at some point. So this is a very, very scary process going through this. Between the love of my family and my faith, I will get through this again. As I said, I've done this once before. I will do this again. I'm not really understanding why I have to do it again, but if this is part of the journey, then I yield to that and I will walk it faithfully. So we have a plan. We're moving forward. I will work towards getting this surgery done and pray for healing. And next week I have to go and get another CT scan done just to see the progress, whether it has changed at all, so that he has updated information before the surgery. So that is it. That is the plan. We are just moving forward. I'm going to be as brave as I can. And see what happens. Today I have a 4-hour fasting CT scan with dye contrast, which means they're going to put the dye into my arm and do the CTs of my my chest, my abdomen and my pelvis. What we're doing is we are checking that there have been no changes with any of the tumour or that it's moved anywhere else before my surgery. I've rounded up my best friend Jo, and she's going to come with me to the appointment. She will pray with me as I go and do this, and then we wait for results after that and then pray.